This is a song about Kevin playing with a ball. Oh, we found a tennis ball, now he's over there playing with that ball. Wow, wow. Oh, he's kicking it with his stupid little feet, and he's biting it with his stupid little teeth. This is a song about Kevin playing with a ball. Wow, what an idiot. You're not a dog. I have breaking news. Boy Kevin is here. He's here on the set. He's purring, meaning he's having a good time. I wasn't even able to check my framing because I was so excited that he was here that I just started filming. I don't want to talk too loud or it's gonna spook him. Oh gosh, girl Kevin's here now. Hey, maybe it's just one of those days, right? It's an all-cat, temperamental kind of day. Oh, okay, Kevin's gone. All right. Okay, well, Kevin was here for a bit. Kevin, come back. Kevin, I love you. Come back. He was here. He was playing with a tennis ball. It was very cute. Welcome to episode... Oh, girl, Kevin's here. Welcome to episode 79. We're doing it. Very exciting to get to see Boy Kevin. He's been very camera shy lately, even though he's the original co-host of Temperamental with Lisa Poyles. And it's good to see him. How's it going, dudes? Last time I was talking to you, what's up, girl? What's up, girl, Kev? Last time I was talking to you guys, I had a big opportunity coming up, and it was singing with a band in town doing a sub gig, and it went awesome. It actually went super awesome. I was really, really nervous about it, and I spent a lot of time on the material, and one of the reasons why I was talking about DuckTales last week is because I actually sang DuckTales on stage with them. It was like kind of a secret, right? It's like a kind of a fun surprise for the set. So I didn't actually like tell anybody. But that's why it was stuck in my head and why I knew all the words, because I actually performed it on stage and it was really, really fun. And it went great. Like 99% of the song went awesome. But let me tell you, it's always the words in a song. Okay, when you're on stage and you got to sing a song and it's you've got it memorized, it's always the words that you think you know by heart. Those are the ones that just like you have the biggest brain fart and you just totally forget. I've been singing DuckTales my whole life. I haven't known all the words, but let me tell you, everybody knows the first sentence. The first sentence. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Yeah, man, everybody knows that. You don't have to go over that. I didn't have to memorize it. I'm like, I just know that part. It's all of the other words that I had to learn. But let me tell you, when I got on stage, I had already been up there for a while. I had a couple other songs. I was crushing it. Things were good. And then I hear the DuckTales music start, and I'm having like the best time. And I go to start singing, and I go, life is like a here in Duckburg. For some reason, I forgot the word hurricane. And I've thought about it every 30 seconds since it happened. Because that's the easiest line in the whole song. Everybody knows life is like a hurricane. Nobody else knows all the other words. Like, you don't know those, but everybody knows the hurricane line. And that's the line I forgot. And I just had the brain fart on stage. It's like my tongue was going for aeroplane because that was the second line that I was trying to memorize, the like race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. And I had to work on that line a little bit longer. So my brain instantly on stage with all the pressure and the lights and just the nervousness, it was like, life is like a here in. I caught it on here in Duckburg. So I got right back on that horse. I got right back on that duck. And then crushed the whole rest of the song. Didn't miss another word. Got all the lyrics right. I got so many lyrics right that night. Dude, I was on fire. Everything was amazing, except I forgot the word hurricane. I'm so mad at myself. It was such a fun environment that like no one cared. No one cared. And we were all just laughing, and I was laughing, and everything was fine. But it's never the words you think. It's always the words you think you know that you end up forgetting. And it's always the weird obscure lyrics that you're worried about that you always nail on stage, or at least that's my case. Here, come up here. Don't just rub your face on my feet. It's weird. I'm sure there's a certain subgenre of internet that would really enjoy that, but I don't. So let's get you up here. What's up, girl Kev? So yeah, that was it was a great night. It went awesome. And every time something like that happens, I try to think of other embarrassing moments that have happened in my life. And I came up with a couple good ones, a couple auditions in my life that, like, I wish I could go back and fix, or at least destroy the tapes. Surely there's tapes of it somewhere. That's the worst part about bombing an audition, is that they're always filmed. But I like to think the casting directors have limited space and they just tape over that and they don't keep it forever to, gather around, casting directors. Let's all laugh at these awful audition tapes. Actually, that sounds awesome. I went from being terrified that might happen to hoping it does happen. That would be amazing. Dude, can you imagine? You're a casting director. You all get together on like Friday night. You'll have some drinks and you guys play like the worst auditions. Dude, super mean to the actors, but also really funny because it's all entertainment and none of it should be taken that seriously anyway. But when it comes to embarrassing auditions, I definitely can remember a few. And one of them is a story I tell often about my first ever audition for All That. Because yes, I was on the show for 4 seasons, but I auditioned for season 6 before they did the nationwide search for a brand new cast for season 7. And again, you guys have heard this story. If you haven't, I'm going to just sum it up real quick. But All That was my all-time favorite show. Somewhere, speaking of recordings of things, somewhere there's cassette tapes in the world of me and my best friend Heather in like 4th or 5th grade or something, doing impressions of all That characters, just in her room, just having fun. And so then when I moved to California and I got the audition for All That, it was a small little part. I think I played like a little girl at a lemonade stand. That feels right. I bet that's right. I bet if you go back and you watch All That season 6, there's going to be some kind of lemonade stand sketch and there's like a little redhead girl. Or like that was what I auditioned for. And I totally bombed it. Like I couldn't remember any of my lines. I think I was just so intimidated by I was so intimidated by the fact that I was auditioning for my favorite show, and it just all got in my head. And I think I was only like 12 years old at the time, but I can't really remember specifically how I bombed it, but I just know I did badly. I just did badly. I couldn't remember my lines. The lines I did say, I fumbled over. It just wasn't good. But thank goodness I didn't get that role, because maybe that would have hindered me coming back to audition for the full cast a year later. So that's one of those devastating at the time, but in retrospect, in hindsight, are those the same? One of those words is right. Pick the one in your brain that you think is the rightest. In retrospect and in hindsight, it's good that I didn't book that role, because bigger things were coming. Big things coming. Yeah, man. There was another Nickelodeon show that was putting together a girl band, like a pop girl band. And I'm going to set this scene for you. And it is the most cringe. It is so f***ing cringe that it's going to be uncomfortable for you to hear, right? So just buckle up. Here we go. Episode 79. Buckle up. So I forget what the project was. I'm not sure it ever came to fruition, but it was in the Viacom building. It was before I landed All That, so I still was around like 12-ish, I think. And every once in a while, I had an audition in the big, scary Viacom building with all the Nickelodeon logos everywhere. And every time I walked in, I got intimidated because Nickelodeon was my all-time favorite. And I wasn't really a Disney kid, but I was definitely a Nickelodeon kid. And all I wanted to do was be on Nickelodeon. That's all I wanted. So yeah, I was really intimidated every time I walked in the building. And so I'm not sure if it was before or after the time that I bombed the All That audition, but it was definitely the same room. It was the same room. So I'm sure whether it came before or after, one of them had to have affected the other one. The trauma of one definitely influenced the other. So it was auditions for a girl band. Viacom was doing something, but they needed a girl band, a 4-piece pop, singing, pop and locking, dancing, box step, doing hair flipping girl band, right? And First of all, I'm not really sure why they even called me into audition, because I was not an attractive 12-year-old. You see these bands back in the day, like Jump 5 and Play and Dream Street featuring Chris from Dream Street. Does anyone even know what I'm talking about? The A-Teens. All of these bands. Dream, was that one? No, I remember Play because they were on the show. Anyway, it's just all these little pop groups, and they were all like so young. They're children. They're childs. It came across my feed recently, especially Play, that band Play. It was like these 5 girls. I swear, they had to have been like 12, 13. Gorgeous, but also children. I was not that pretty. I had braces, I had thick glasses, I had freckles, I had frazzled hair. I looked like Eliza Thornberry. I was in no position physically to be in a pop girl band. Just was not. You didn't look at me and be like, yeah, pop star. That did not come to mind. You'd look at me and be like, Pippi Longstocking remake. She could totally do it. Yeah, that was kind of the vibe I was giving off around age 11, 12. Still, even at age 13, it wasn't until I got in the hair and makeup chair at all that they're like, I think we can make you pretty. I think we can make you pretty. Can we make her pretty? Let's try to make her pretty. And then they did. And they put a lot of makeup on me, and they did my hair all cute, and got rid of my glasses, and got rid of my braces, and Viola. So anyway, back to Viacom. They were putting together a pop girl group. I don't know. As a musician, I like to think that most bands are like, let's all come together and start from the bottom and do a grassroots movement and like write our own music and just rise through the ranks and play dirty bars and then eventually get a record deal, and it's all coming together and we did it together from the beginning. No. Most pop bands are just formed together by casting. They just bring in people. They're like, you, not you, not you. Come back for an audition, for a callback, and then we'll go from there. And then they narrow it down to 4, and then that's what goes on. And that's how they form a pop group. It's a whole thing. Yeah, I'm sure you understand this concept by now. But I walked in the door. I had a boom box with me, a silver boom box, because they said prepare a song. And the idea of singing a cappella for people at age 12, absolutely not. That did not appeal to me at all. That sounded like my worst nightmare. That sounded like putting scorpions in my ears. Okay? That sounded like putting a live cockroach in my mouth, which I did 4 years later on Nickelodeon. That sounds like Kevin falling on my face at 5 a.m. on Halloween morning and gashing my eyelid wide open that then I had to go to the hospital and get stitches. That is what singing a cappella in a room of people felt like for me at the time. Not into it. So my mom was like, well, we could just get a karaoke track on a cassette tape. That's how old I am. Let's get a karaoke track on a cassette tape, and then you can just bring a boombox into the audition with you. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we went to, where the hell did you even buy? We went to like Circuit City and bought a cassette tape with a karaoke track on it. You want to know the song that I chose? Well, there was another pop girl band back in the day when all these pop bands were popular, but they were a little different because they were from Ireland, and they did Irish stuff in their dancing and their music. Do you know who I'm talking about? What if I give you another hint? What if I go, oh, oh, does that ring a bell? What if I said, some people say I look like me dad. Oh, that's how one of their songs started. Their main one, that one. It's a song called C'est la vie. C'est la vie, by a band called Bewitched. And they didn't spell it normal. They had an asterisk in there somewhere. B asterisk witched. Okay? That was them. No relation to the TV show. They were just 4 Irish girls, beautiful, of course, probably 12, whatever, gorgeous. And then they did like Irish step dancing in their popping and locking and their dancing. They just did it. It was awesome. And they said, "C'est la vie." So surely you know the song, right? Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't, say you true, say to me, c'est la vie. So this was the song that I chose to sing for my audition. And already all of this is, you can just see how cringe it is. I have my giant silver boombox. I've got a karaoke tape of C'est la vie in said boombox that I bought for probably $45 at Circuit City. I look like Eliza Thornberry, bucktooth braces and all. And I'm in some kind of, I can't even imagine what I was wearing because my mom was like, let's try to dress you like a pop star. I can't even think that far. It was terrible, I'm sure. So bad. And they're like, Lisa? I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I stand up all confident. I grab my giant boombox, which is half the size of me. And I walk into the room. And I remember kind of banging the boombox on the door jamb as I walked in, like, oh, sorry. And they're like, hi, Lisa. I'm like, hi. They're like, what are you going to be singing for us today? We see that you have a stereo that you've brought. Can she do that? We're gonna let her. Yeah, we're gonna let you do that. What are you gonna be singing? I'm gonna be singing "C'est la vie" by Bewitched. They're my favorite. I like them a lot. That's great, Lisa. Okay. Just whenever you want to go. Yeah. So then I set down the boombox, and I hit play. And there is so much silence. There's so much silence. I don't know if the tape was rewound too much. I don't know. We didn't cue it. What's wrong with us? We didn't cue it. I had to stand there waiting for so long. And then the music starts. Yeah. Ho, ho. I just started singing along and like dancing. And the volume is not loud enough. It is not loud enough. It needs to be louder. But now that I've already started singing, I cannot bend over and turn it up louder. I just have to keep going. Ho, ho. Yeah. Hey, ho, ho. And if you remember the beginning of the song, it is something of a rap. And I only say that because she talks really fast and she says a lot of words. And I thought that I knew them. And then once it starts with, how does it go? I said, hey, boy, sitting in a tree, coming around for me. Exactly how I just did it right now. That's how I sang it in the room. Except for me right now, I was literally just trying to figure out the words. And in the room, I was genuinely trying to sing it for people for a job. I couldn't get the words out. I couldn't get the fast words. So I was like, and I'm trying to dance, right? So I said, hey, boy, sitting in your tree, send this down for me. I got a house with the windows and chairs, and show me yours and show me yours. Gotta let me in. That's how it went. That's how it went. That's how it went. I'm sweating profusely. My music is not loud enough. It sounds like shit because it's a cassette tape from the early 2000s. I don't know the words. Clearly, I'm so nervous. I'm sure I'm just beet red. These poor people are just smiling. There's probably 4 of them in there, just like gritting their teeth, biting their tongue, just, yeah, okay, yeah, keep going, sweetheart. Yeah, it's great. And you don't ever do the full song. They tell you when they're done with you. They tell you. You kind of just keep singing, and then they go, okay, that's enough. Okay, thank you, that's enough. Okay. Do you think I got any follow-up questions? Do you think that maybe they asked me to sing anything else? Do you think that they asked me about my experience? Or do you think that they quickly ushered me out of the room? This really happened. This really happened. And I haven't thought about it in so many years. And I thought about it today and I had to tell you about it. I said, I'm actually really going to try to think of the words. How does it go? I said, hey, boy, sitting in your tree. Somebody says, make a room for me. How does that go? Maybe my brain has just rejected the actual lyrics because of how traumatic it was that I forgot them in front of real people for a job. Somebody make a room for me. I've got a house with windows and doors. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Inappropriate. First of all, inappropriate. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. What? No. Inappropriate. So inappropriate. I'm realizing a lot of things right now, just right before your eyes. So that was not a good one. Super cringe. And don't bring your own boombox to an audition. Like just sing a cappella. Sing a song you know the lyrics to. Sing a song that you know you can sing good. It's just an absolute train wreck. Did you hear that? That was the sound of Kevin not jumping up far enough on the ledge, and so just hanging on for dear life to the side, like Luke Skywalker in what's a movie where somebody's hanging by their fingers on the ledge? Because Luke kind of was holding on to something before he fell down. Or he jumped down. I can't remember anything right now. Anyway, Kevin's an idiot, and that was really funny. And his nails were scratching because he couldn't get out. What a fatso. So another audition that was real bad was I used to be in a celebrity voiceover department for some voiceover agency, right? Like, because I was on TV and they had like a celebrity kids department where I guess did we get special treatment because we already had a name? I don't know, probably, right? Like, there's probably way better voiceover actors than me, but because I was on a TV show, I got put in a special category. Because they can just pitch that. They're like, good, do you want this, dumb nobody from Kansas? Or do you want Lisa Foyles from all of that? I bet that's, they could package it like that. But the problem was I wasn't that good. So the nobody from Kansas, Canada, whatever I just said, she's probably way better than me, probably way more deserving of the role than I did. I definitely remember I had some bad voiceover auditions, but one in particular, I knew it was going to go bad. I knew it was going to go badly from the second they gave me the sides in the lobby. Sides are your lines, basically. It's printed out papers with what you're supposed to say on it. Those are your sides. I don't know why they call them sides. I've never known, but that's what they call them. And so I drove all the way to Santa Monica. I was sitting in my lobby. They hand me my sides. I'm going over it, and the character is a fairy in a video game. Don't know the video game. There's lots of games with fairies. It could be any of them. I don't know. But it wasn't Navi or anything. Like, don't get excited. It's just some generic fairy character. And the lines were fine. That wasn't the part I was worried about. The part I was worried about was it said, have actor do 6 different voices for this fairy. And I'm already like, okay, well, I could probably do 2. Let's see how this goes. Again, I was not a seasoned voiceover actor. I didn't have any training in voiceover. It was just one of those things where, like, when you're famous, they're like, what else can you do? Let's just put you in everything. Can you do voiceovers? Can you talk? Can you speak words? Can you speak English into a microphone? Done. She's a voiceover artist. I was not. I was not qualified at all. So I remember getting in the booth. And already I'm just like, this is not good. This is not good. And they're like, all right, go ahead, just whenever you're ready. And I'm like, hello, I'm the fairy. Follow me to the enchanted forest. Cool. All right, mix it up. Next voice, please. Hello, I'm the fairy, and follow me into the enchanted forest. So I did one high and I did one low, and they're like, great. Okay, next one. And already I'm panicking. I'm like, okay, what else can I do? What if I do like a high voice, like a little girl voice? Hi, I'm the fairy. Follow me to the enchanted forest. And they're like, that was exactly like the first one that you did. We need 6 different ones. 6 different ones. You did one, and then you did a different one, and then you did the first one twice. We need more. Okay, cool, yeah, totally. Panicking, absolutely panicking. Knees knocking together, sweating, not good. Hey, I'm the fairy. Follow me. That's the same as this. That's the same as the second one. I couldn't. I was totally drawing blanks. I could not come up with any more voices. It was the high voice fairy, and then it was the lower voice fairy, and then that's all I had. That's all I came equipped with. Now, oh my gosh, now I'd go all over the place. I'd be like, okay, yo, what's up? It's me, the fairy. Follow me to the fucking enchanted forest when I get some fucking pastrami. See, this is what I would do now. And they would still tell me to go the home. Go home. These are awful. I don't know what I did for the other 4 voices, but they weren't good. And I could just tell the person recording me just absolutely gave up. They were just like, great, cool, bye. And I'm like, cool. Awesome. Really happy I drove all the way to Santa Monica from Riverside, California for this one audition that I totally bombed because I can't do 6 voices. So, yeah. Hey, it's me, the fairy, fucking flying here. And scene. So, yeah. Bad auditions happen. Another thing I was thrown into that I didn't feel prepared for, but as an actor and a performer and an entertainmenter, you very rarely just get to do the thing that you're really good at. That's what I have found over the years, is that you can be really, really good at one thing. Like for me, it's narrative comedy acting. That was always what I was good at. I like reading lines written for me. I like being funny with those lines, and I like interacting with other people in a scene. Now, guess how often I get to do that? Very rarely. Guess how often I just get auditions for the most random ever. All the time. The other day, I had to like pretend to be a cowgirl and like make up a song about cheese or something. Like, okay, I'm not trained in being a cowgirl and singing about cheese or whatever the hell it was. Like, that's not... But okay, let's try it. My whole career has just been, can you try this? Can you do it? Do it. And then I do it. Kind of. But it was when I was early stages, all that. I want to say maybe first or second season, I got called in for like a hosting job. And I had never done hosting, and this was all very new. They were putting together The View for Kids, which already just angers me saying it out loud because I hated the idea then and I hate it now. They wanted 4 girls, just like the 4 ladies on The View, to just talk about current events in like your childhood, in teenage years. What's going on in teenage life? They wanted full debates about lip gloss brands, and that was not me. I was never really a girly girl. I wasn't really a tomboy. I wasn't really a girly girl. I was just an awkward theater kid. Like, it's, I didn't fit in anywhere. I didn't follow the celebrities and their crushes and the all the magazines. I didn't read like Cosmo for Kids, Kitty Cosmo, whatever. Like, I didn't read any of that. But they brought me in for this audition, and they were rotating me out with a bunch of girls, but like put us together, and then they just wanted us to just ad lib. And I did so bad at ad libbing, which is incredible because all I was doing was talking to other people like a human. And that was very difficult for me. I was just talking to these 3 other girls. They're just like, just have a conversation, just like wing it. Just talk like you'd normally talk to your friends. And I was like, cool. Question, what if you have no friends? What if your only friends are your cast members on your TV show that you see for 13 weeks while filming, and then you have no friends outside of that? Then what? How do I communicate with people? Oh, just like act like a normal human. What if I can't? Oh, I don't want to. Can't. What if that isn't? I can't. I'm not able to. I can't. And action. Hey, it's me, Lisa. I like peas. I don't know what I said, but it was bad. And I remember specifically, we were talking to the girls, and I was doing a lot of like, yeah, Justin Timberlake's, yep, he's great. Yeah, his hair. Can you believe it? He's so cute. And it was terrible. And then they were like, Lisa, can you sign us off? And I'm like, yeah. And I remember looking right to the camera and saying this exact line. I said, thanks. Join us next time to hear about whatever we're going to talk about next time. Bye. That's what I said. I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't give you an example of anything that we as humans could have been talking about next week. I said, come back next week to hear what we're going to talk about next week. That was a golden improv by your girl, Lisa Foyles. Yeah, really bad. Really, really, really bad. I was cut immediately. We had there's 30 girls there, and they were doing rounds, first round, second round. I was cut from the first round immediately. Went home so happy. I didn't like it at all. Didn't like being around all the girls. Didn't like the ad lib thing. Didn't like having to act like an actual human being on planet Earth. Didn't like that at all. Not in my wheelhouse. Acting like a human being on planet Earth is not in my wheelhouse. So didn't book that. For the best for everyone. The show actually never came out. It never happens. Probably because they realized that it was just mind-numbingly stupid. So I'm really glad that didn't happen. But yeah, hold on. Where are we at on time? Oh. We're perf. We're so perf. I have 2 massive announcements coming up very soon. I'm super excited. I have two things that I've been holding on to that I can't wait to tell you about. One is related to the podcast, and one is related to my music. And they've both been really hard to keep as a secret because I'm really excited about them. But I'll do a big announcement for both soon. And hopefully, you know what? I'll probably tell my subscribers first. So if you're a subscriber on Instagram, you'll get to know first. But love you guys. Thank you for all the support. This show's going to be getting even better, and that's part of the announcement that I'm going to make at some point. Not that it sucks now. Maybe it sucks. I don't know. But anyway, we're evolving like a Pokemon. That's what we're doing. We're getting better. We're achieving greatness a little bit every day. We're chipping away. We're chipping away at that greatness. Tink, tink, tink. Every day, and we're gonna get there. In the meantime, hit up leefoils.com for merch. Sold a couple shirts recently. I'm like, yeah, I always get to check out what's being ordered. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, that's a good color. Yeah. And I get really excited. So yeah, merch. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube. And what else? Follow Famous Kevin on Instagram because it makes him feel really good, and it kind of balances out all the insults that I throw at him during the day. So I'll make him feel really bad about himself, and then you can follow him on Instagram and he'll feel good about himself. So that feels like a good balance. Anyway, love you guys. Bye! I said, hey boy, sitting in your tree. Scoot on over, make a room for me. I've got a house with the windows and chairs. I'll show you mine, show me bears. That feels wrong. I don't remember them talking about bears in the song at all. Say